The story starts here, in the heart of the city.
We continue to follow the ongoing developments.
The student group is the first to take on such a project.
Everyone is waiting for a vote on the bill.
The team is winning at a record-breaking pace.
It's an issue for residents here and around Boston.
The story is coming up on Suffolk U News.
I'm here with the people I love. To tell the city I love that I will leave the job that I love.
It is the end of an era. Boston's longest-serving mayor, Thomas Menino, will not seek re-election for a sixth term. Hello and welcome to this edition of Suffolk U News, the weekly news program brought to you by the Department of Communication and Journalism at Suffolk University. I'm Heidi Walsh from Medford.
And I'm Chris McDonough from Beverly. We're happy to be coming to you courtesy of your cable company and the internet. Mayor Menino made the official announcement after weeks and weeks of rumor.
After 20 years of leading the city, Menino told a crowd packed into Faneuil Hall he could still handle a mayor's schedule, but not a Menino schedule.
Suffolk U News reporter Anusha Elbakian was at the scene of the historic event, and she joins us here in the studio to share her first-hand account. Anush?
Thank you, Chris and Heidi.
Even though about 90% of the time students are not to blame, it is no secret local neighborhoods continue to criticize students for loud parties and noise. Suffolk U News learned last week that because of this, there are many landlords who won't house students. For the landlords who will, they're renting multiple units out to groups of young people for a higher price. These buildings run the risk of becoming problematic properties, and now tenants are not the only ones who can get caught being irresponsible.
How are we holding the owners of these properties accountable? That every year, just say if it's college kids, young professionals, or whomever, why is this particular address the party address? Why is the police, why are the officers always at this location? You know, why is it that when they go to the monthly meetings, it's always these particular addresses? So it really has a lot to do with who the owners are.
The city's recently announced nuisance ordinance lets officers issue fines to property owners for not responsibly managing their properties. While problems still surround students living off campus in the North End, Suffolk is appreciating its off-campus students this week. The Off-Campus Housing Office, also known as OCHO, is running a week-long appreciation week for all students. The week includes morning coffee every day in the Donahue and Sawyer lobby. The week also had a kickoff luncheon on Monday, and the whole Suffolk community was welcome. Off-campus students really see the benefit to living on their own.
We learn, you know, off-campus student like myself.
The Off-Campus Housing Office helps students when it comes to finding realtors and roommates to live off-campus. A problem that doesn't seem to have a solution: rent hikes. Rent hikes on Newbury Street are making more and more small businesses buckle. Boston natives are starting to worry the charm of Newbury Street will start to fade out as many chain stores come in. Our Suffolk U News reporter Michelle Leonardo tells us how the small businesses on Newbury are not getting the protection they want. Brittany Bang also suggested limiting the number of national chain stores that are allowed to open in the area. For the first time in 25 years, the MBTA rail service will take passengers from Boston to the Cape this summer. The Cape Flyer is about a 2-hour train ride to Hyannis and offers passengers the luxury of not dealing with a commute filled with traffic. There's also a hope that the rail system will help boost the economy in the Cape by bringing in more tourism. The Cape Flyer service begins Memorial Day weekend, and you know, I'm absolutely on board with that because I love going to the Cape, but the traffic down there, especially on the holiday, can be awful.
With the winter we've had, Chris, I will take any way to go down there. The Cape is so much fun. And speaking of fun, if you're looking for something fun to do in the city, then we have you covered. From masquerade balls to street performers, it's all ahead on our Suffolk scene.
And the men's baseball team is off to a strong start after going 7-1 in Florida. But after returning home, were the Rams able to continue the winning streak? We'll have the answer coming up next in sports.